Morning, Clayton. My wife and I have three duplexes with you and one townhome, and she is about to quit her job in corporate America. My question is what to do with her 401k. What's your advice? I know you're not a financial planner or advisor. However, we do have one of our duplexes already in our self-directed IRAs, Roth IRAs. So should we cash out the 401k, take the penalty, and buy two new rentals through you guys, buy more Bitcoin with the remainder, and then hopefully the cost segregation analysis will take away from our income taxes that we pay on that 401k balance. Sorry to be long-winded. We've chatted with Josh about our options here and there. And we're not that into the stock market. So thank you for everything. We appreciate your morning show and everything you do. We're ready to keep building our portfolio and working towards financial freedom. Thank you.
Awesome, Joe. Thank you so much for the kind words. And it's great to hear that you've been working with our team at Morris Invest, and Josh will take great care of you. So some interesting questions, as you pointed out, Joe, and I agree with you on the stock market. I mean, for a long term, hey, day trading is fine to make some quick money, right? That's fine. That's one thing. But as a long term play, like having paper ownership in a stock is not, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is not the way to build true legacy wealth for you and your family. That is, maybe it's fun to have that as a small part of your portfolio. That's certainly what you've had with the 401k, of course, right? So now you're asking, how do I leverage these stock 401k and put it to good use? So, again, I am not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you what I would do, which is it all comes down to the numbers, right? And I would look at, well, what is the penalty? What is the penalty for me to start leveraging it now? What kind of a hit will that put on our family? Does it make more sense for us to pay that penalty now or pay it later, right? That's the great conundrum that, I can't wrap my head around when people, like swear up and down about how great the 401k is. It's not. I had a 401k, you have a 401k because, you probably were able to get company match, and that's great, and you're able to use that for a short amount of time. It's not tax-free or everyone says it's tax deferred. Yeah, I love the 401k. It's tax deferred. But Joe's question points right to the heart of that matter, which is, well, I'm going to have to pay taxes at some point, right? Well, wouldn't it be better if I pay taxes when I'm in a lower tax bracket? See, Joe and his wife, they're planning to retire wealthy. Well, that puts them in a higher tax bracket if they stay in the United States, right? There's all sorts of things they could do strategically if they want to move around the world and do different things. But that's high level stuff. We don't need to go there just yet, right? But if they're going to stay in the United States, you're going to be taxed until you die, right? That's what the U.S. does. They love using those taxes to build military bases around the world. Don't get me started. Anyway, they have this 401k. They're going to pay taxes at some point, right? Tax deferred means you're going to pay it when you retire. Well, Joe is going to retire wealthier, I hope. That's the goal, right? So then he'll be in a higher tax bracket. Therefore, he will pay more in taxes. Therefore, his wife's 401k, they'll have to pay more in taxes when they retire. So it all comes down to the numbers now, Joe. I mean, to look at and say, does it make sense for us to pay those taxes now, today, in 2022, and then take that money and put it to work, put it into performing assets now, today? Only you can really answer that question, because you're going to know what that tax penalty is going to look like from, deciding to move it out of there. Of course, moving it into a self-directed IRA is is a totally other choice. And that's personally what I've done. Okay. I've taken my 401k, moved it into a self-directed IRA. And when I did that, though, I paid the tax penalty, because when I set up my 401k at the time, it was set up, as a traditional. So I had to pay the penalty on the transfer over to a self-directed IRA. And that's fine, right? So I took the penalty, I paid it then. I want to retire wealthier, so I don't want to pay it later. And then I'm buying real estate inside of my self-directed IRA, and I'm buying crypto inside of my self-directed IRA. So those are, assets that are going to stay there and grow tax-free for the rest of my life. An account that I love, if you want to go to altoira.com/invest, It's altoira.com/invest. So altoira.com. We'll have a link in the description as well. They're not a sponsor of this video in any way. I just love them because not only can you buy real estate inside of this account, but if you have a little extra money left over that's not tied to a piece of real estate and you've got 5, 6, 7,000 it's just sitting there, why not use that and put it into a cryptocurrency or another tangible asset like gold, right? Gold is expected to jump. There's a number of price targets this year for gold of 20% increase this year as the US dollar continues to plummet. So if you don't have a stomach for crypto, gold has been around for 4,000 years as a tangible asset. It's not going anywhere. And if you have a few extra thousand that's not being used towards a tangible asset like real estate, then using some of that 401k extra that you're not using on a down payment inside of the self-directed Alto IRA lets you buy crypto and gold and real estate all from a really easy to use dashboard. Now, I can tell you a number of years ago, the self-directed account that I had, the custodian that I had, I'm not going to name names. I don't want to throw a company under the bus. And they're very good, but they were very slow and they're antiquated, right? And so I could buy a property inside of that old IRA that I had, that self-directed IRA. That's fine, right? It's one transaction. The rent grows tax-free. It does great. But if I wanted to maybe buy gold or buy something else inside of that self-directed IRA, I had to fill out paperwork or fax paper to them every time I wanted to make a transaction, and that was not going to work. Alto IRA partnered with Coinbase, so they actually have a Coinbase digital wallet dashboard inside of their self-directed account, and that way you could buy and sell crypto daily if you wanted to, because it's using Coinbase. Same thing if you wanted to buy gold and buy real estate. They're just super easy to work with, and they're built for 2022 and 2023 technology. They're fast. Other self-directed account, Provident is fantastic. At Morris Invest, we use them. We have a great partnership with Provident as well from the real estate side. So that is a long-winded way of saying, Joe, personally, I would absolutely be wanting to transfer that money over and putting that into a self-directed vehicle that could grow tax-free. Once, if I had to pay the penalty on transfer. If not, great, then I could just roll that 401k over and then let it grow tax-free using a self-directed account. So I don't know what kind of 401k structure you have, Roth or traditional. You'll have to decide on that tax penalty. Again, it all just comes down to the numbers. But I think you're on the right path, Joe. Real estate, crypto, gold. That's it. I mean, that's it. Real estate being the number one. Absolutely the number one from a tax perspective. So congratulations to you, Joe. Thanks so much for the kind words. And if there's anything else our team can do, you know who to reach out to on our team, and we'd be happy to help you. If you'd like to work with our team, we are a full-service rental real estate company. So like Joe, he's got 3 duplexes and a townhome that are cash flowing as part of his retirement portfolio. His wife is now leaving her job in corporate America to focus on building up more investments and hopefully being able to enjoy that life of passive income coming in. So our team can help you do that. Just go to morrisinvest.com. Check out all of the great resources we have there. But if you click on the book a call button, we'll jump on the phone with you for 30 minutes. A little calendar will pop up. You pick the time that you'd like to jump on. Make sure you put in the right phone number and email address. So we'll call you at that time. And we'll look through your whole financial strategy, and help build a custom plan just for you. That's what we do. And while you're on that website, there's a little microphone icon down there. So if you'd like to leave us a voicemail question here, we'd be happy to answer it for you right here on the show. Keep it to about 30 seconds or so. That way we can get more questions answered. All right, my thanks to all of you. Now go out there, take action, become a real estate investor. I believe it's the number one way to build wealth. We'll see you next time, everyone.